Alright, I told you I'd show you another video here. This is the one that I was talking about. 2 cups of room temperature, actually not room temperature, faucet temperature cold water, which I'll have to check and let you know what that is. As soon as I get my thermostat out, I'll check what our water temperature is here. I'm going to go ahead and fill the stove up here. Now this stove's a little weird because it's got the felt top here, so I can just put a little bit of oil on, fuel on the felt. But then I've actually got to kind of squeeze it down into this bottom section, which I guess most of it spills over into the felt anyway. So I gotta, doesn't get a lot through that little crevice there. It's pretty sealed up. Most of it's in the felt, so it's more or less just a felt stove, which I'm going to light up. Doesn't do much. Didn't do like I thought it would. It's got a special design to it that I was trying to hopefully use. There's a cylinder, actually has a tube goes down with vents on it that actually helps heat that alcohol down in the bottom. But like I said, it doesn't do much. So anyhow, I'll let you. Made out of a beer can. I think it was a wheat beer. It doesn't do much for priming. That's pretty much as primed as it gets. So you just have yourself a little alcohol felt stove. So I'm going to go ahead and put the water on there. I don't know if we even have enough video left in the camera to get this boiling. I've only got 9 minutes left on this part of the camera, and I don't think that that'll even boil in 9 minutes. I don't know. But we'll let it sit there for some time and see if we can get it to boil. If not, I wouldn't call it a success, because my goal is to get a boil time for 2 cups of water in 3 minutes. And then my next goal after that would be to have an alcohol stove that works even in cold weather. A lot of times alcohol stoves don't work in cold weather. Well, I think the stove that Jared's working on is going to be the key to that. It has the propane and the alcohol all in one there, with the felt and without the felt. So there's multiple options in his stove, which I keep waiting to see it. It'll be here, he says, next week. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm kind of excited about it. So hopefully it turns out really nice. I made one of these coil stoves. Just the nothing to see there much. It's just because But I made one of these coil stoves out of a Miller Lite screw top can. I went ahead and JB welded the bottom, which seems to hold, and JB welded a bottle cap on here. On here, I'm sorry. And I drilled my little hole there in the top, and you basically fill this sucker up, and then you put some holes in here for the pressure to release, and this thing here, and these copper pipes are supposed to go down into the alcohol and heat it up. Well, I've tried it multiple times, and I can't seem to keep it. That thing's just not doing much, but I can't seem to keep it lit. So if anybody has any other suggestions that I may not have done, just let me know. I don't know how to keep those things lit. They're interesting, but not doing much for me anyway. What other stoves do I have just laying around here today? Not much. Just a bunch of. And do I have a box full of stoves here? I've been playing with these stove ideas forever. I got I don't know where my felt for this is, but basically a very generic beer can bottom, beer can top. Put that in there like that. You got your holes in there. Put some felt in there so that with this tip over, you don't lose any alcohol. That worked okay. It's a nice slow burner. I got, you name it, I got a bunch of stuff in here. Got my standard BIOS there with no homemade. Yeah, you see the crinkles? Yeah, I just made it here at home, so nothing special there. You pick things up and you wonder how you're going to make them into a stove. Here's an interesting little aluminum can that I thought would make an interesting stove. Haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet, but one of these days I'm going to make that into a stove. It'll be something. Get on the list somewhere at some point. I got a lot of these. These were my white box stoves. I made a bunch of those for my scout troop. I have a scout troop that I participate in. I made a bunch of those. I have more of these lids than I know what to do with. These old Heineken Foster lids. I burned up all my Foster and Heineken pots trying to make a wood burning stove. Check out one of my other videos if you want to see that thing. Hey, we can start getting the pots off with a little thing there. Didn't even know I had that in there. So there's my mini bull design. Yeah, that top doesn't actually fit on there. I was doing some testing. I got the legs down here somewhere. So that's all actually parts out of a hard drive. I don't know what I'm using for, but they look really cool. Like little jets, so I hang on to them. You never know. There was the original Inferno that I copied the design off of. Oh, I don't remember his name right now. I'm sorry. I'll post it though. Got my mini bull design spare parts kit there with all my spare parts. Got my cooking kit there, all ready to go camping with that one. I've taken that one many times camping. Made a little oven here cooking. I made actually a biscuit in there the other day. Believe it or not, it turned out. So, what do we got here? We're at 6:50. We got about 2 minutes before this thing runs out completely. I mean, not the stove. The stove will burn for a long time. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's actually, I'm just going to move it over a little bit. It's actually starting to pick up, the flame's starting to pick up a little bit in there, but not enough to really get that sucker boiling to a rolling boil yet. Let's see, did I get you back up in there? Yeah, we're at 5 minutes, and I'm just going to look. I have a steam, but no kind of boil at all yet. Here's my smallest soda pop stove in the world. I'm going to make this a soda pop stove. It's going to be the smallest soda pop stove in the world. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. I'm not going to try and make that stove. Oh, Heineken cans jumping out of my box. Just looking for my stuff while I'm waiting for that thing to boil up. Or die down, one of the two. Some of the stuff you try. Oh well, we got 8 minutes and 15, so I don't think we have much left yet. Let's let this run out. Thanks for watching. I look forward to showing you guys some more videos. I think one of these weekends I'm going to get out my whole set here and just set them off again and see what I have, because it is progressively growing every time I turn my eyes. Yeah, you guys can't hear me over all the noise, can you? I'm sorry. I'm not looking through it. I think the camera's probably done too. Hey, look at that. We got a boil. 7 minutes and 20 seconds. We actually got a boil before the camera ran out. So this little boil, and the flame's actually starting to pick up a little bit. So once it warms up, it does a pretty decent job. Well, I'm going to turn this off for a second. I want to show you the torch that comes out of the center after I take the pot off. Just real quick, I wanted to show you that how that center creates a mini torch coming out of there. Once it gets hot is the problem. It doesn't do it very quick, but I don't know if you can see it from there, but it literally puts a little jet torch coming out of the center there. And what happens is every so often the alcohol boils up out of that hole and refills the carbon felt. So the carbon felt's constantly refilling from the alcohol down below. So you don't have to have a filler to pump it in. That's kind of nice, and it does a decent job, but it's nothing special. I was hoping for a lot more. I'll show you the design. I had drawn and designed out a whole bunch before I actually put it together. I'll show you the design I drew up.